Public Defender.
Hello, I'm Bart Matthews, your public defender. The public defender's salary is paid by the community, and he's charged with the responsibility of giving legal aid free of charge to any person who seeks and needs it. It's the public defender's sworn duty to defend the public accused of crime until they're proved guilty in a court of law. This is Jimmy Morse. He has fulfilled the prediction of his many critics. He has been convicted of murder and awaits execution in the death house. That was the noon whistle. Unless the governor grants a stay of execution, Jimmy has exactly 11 hours to live.
You ever visited, Jimmy? Would you like me to wait in here, Father Dunn?
That won't be necessary, Haynes, thank you. Now, the governor's decided, Jimmy. Your reprieve has been refused. I'm sorry.
Figured. Well, what do we do now? Get down on our knees and pray?
Your heart isn't ready for prayer, son. We'd be wasting our time.
That's a new angle. Sky Pilot doesn't want to pray.
Later, after we've talked.
Talk? About what? How I got to ask him to forgive me? How I got to take it like a man, let him burn me for something I didn't do?
Don't, Jimmy.
I know what you're going to say. Go through that door, Jimmy. Don't let him see how you feel. It'll all be over in a few seconds. It's just a big mistake. Just... How do you forget it, Father?
Get hold of yourself, son.
Get out of here! Get out!
Jimmy!
Get out of here!
That better be all, Father.
Get him out of here!
Look, that's enough out of you. Settle down.
I'll be back to see you this afternoon.
So, Father.
I'll see you this afternoon.
I don't get it, Father. After all you've done for that kid.
No, Haynes. I've failed, Jimmy.
Father, do you mind if I gave you a little advice?
Of course not.
You're knocking yourself out over that kid. He doesn't deserve it. Listen, I've seen a lot of guys come in here. I don't remember one ever admitted he got what he deserved. Some of them even got under my skin. Believe me, it isn't worth it. Court has decided.
Even the courts are not infallible, Haynes.
You'll believe he's innocent now. Haynes. Yeah, he's here. The magistrate's office.
Father Dunn speaking. Yes. Well, I'll go there immediately. Thank you, Judge Lambert. Don't say anything to Jimmy, but there still may be a chance to save him.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Father. Good to see you again.
Hello, Mr. Matthews. Judge Lambert phoned?
Yes, he authorized me to check on your new evidence. The staff's rather short-handed, but Investigator Copeland volunteered to come in on his day off.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland.
Name's Sam, Father. I understand your new evidence concerns one of the two witnesses who testified against Jimmy Morse.
Yes, the woman, Agnes Fay.
Well, Sam just checked the apartment where Ben Regan was murdered. Agnes Fay no longer lives there.
I know that, but you can find her before 11.
If she's still in the city.
She's got to be.
We've asked for police help. They're doing everything they can.
Father, it might help Sam if you were to brief him on the trial.
The trial. Even though Mr. Matthews defended him, Jimmy's record was against him. And those witnesses, and my testimony.
Your testimony, Father?
Yes. It happened last winter. My parish is in the North River waterfront district.
Tough neighborhood.
Jimmy was raised and off there. Learned the code of the streets. At 16, he was sent to reform school, labeled incorrigible.
You sponsored his parole?
Yes. I've known him since he was a youngster. I've always hoped that his rebellious energies could be turned to some youthful pursuits.
And so you persuaded Ben Regan to hire Jimmy in his garage.
Yes, Ben did it as a favor to me. He knew that I had great belief in Jimmy. I still have. Just as I had on the night that Ben was killed.
Well, lucky, he says. I got $5 left. I'll go for bust. Rack him up. Sure thing, Jimmy.
Now, wait a minute, Jimmy. Are you sure you want to do this? Listen, you used to be pretty sharp with the cue, but you've been away a long time. You're out of practice.
You afraid I'll get even, Mackie?
No, but you shouldn't even be in this joint. You're out on parole.
Hey, ain't you heard, Mackie? Jimmy's got a pie card. What does that crack mean?
Nothing, Jimmy.
What does it mean, Sid?
Well, everybody knows the Padre's fronting for you. Father Dunn's got a lot of drag. He can fix a beef for any guy.
I don't ever want to hear you mention his name again to me, Sid. You hear?
I didn't mean nothing by it, Jimmy.
I told you shouldn't be in here. Look at your boss. He's blind as a bat. You better beat it.
Too late.
Hey, Puck, got any change? Yeah, I'll get you some change, Mr. Regan. How much? Make it a 10.
What are you doing in here?
Just hanging around.
Just out of reform school, and you're right back in trouble again. You know you're not supposed to be in here, don't you?
Guy's got to go someplace. I'm lonely.
I don't know why I let Father Dunn talk me into hiring you. I told him you was no good.
You're drunk, Mr. Regan.
Drunk, am I? Why, you wise yannigan? I'll show you.
Here, stop it, you two. Jimmy, do as I say. Ben, I'm ashamed of you.
Sorry, Father.
Well, now, shake hands, the two of you. Go on, shake hands. That's better.
Only had a few drinks.
A few's enough to make your mouth mean, Ben, and you know it.
Maybe you're right. Don't feel so good.
You're going home and sleep it off. Jimmy, take him home.
Why me?
I have a sick call. I haven't the time.
Well, let him take a cab.
Jimmy, do as I say.
He's got all that money from the garage on him, Father.
Take him home, Jimmy, and take care of him. Come on.
Hey, Father, about me being in here,
Later, son.
Hey, see all that dough Ben was carrying?
And that's what I had to testify to. That Ben was mean drunk, that he and Jimmy had quarreled, and that Ben had the money with him when they left the pool room together.
To establish motive, the prosecutor dwelt on the fact that Jimmy had gambled away his money a few minutes before.
But what actually convicted the boy was what happened a half hour later.
Hey, Aggie, what's wrong with them lights?
Talk about cheap. Super shuts off the hot water and the lights at 10 every night.
Yeah, big so crazy, see?
Keep the change.
Oh, thanks.
Night.
Now, watch out for them steps.
Thank you.
Agnes Faye found Ben dead. He'd been clubbed with a paperweight and robbed.
Suspicion immediately fell on Jimmy. When the police picked him up, he was washing blood from his clothes. There was a nasty gash on his cheek, and he admitted that it was made by Ben's ring.
He said that Ben got mean in the cab, hit him in the face, and broke away.
And the money?
About $500 never found.
The prosecutor suggested that Jimmy hid it.
Father, these hallway lights that you mentioned,
Now, that's our new evidence. I asked the superintendent, Mrs. Mulvey. She says she always turns out the lights about 10 o'clock to save money. She says that she remembers Agnes Faye telling her that night she had tripped in the dark.
but Agnes Faye testified that the hallway was fully lighted when she saw the killer.
Yes, but I think she turned on that light just before the killer appeared, and the glare blinded her.
That's a possibility.
Don't you see? That's why she wouldn't identify Jimmy at first.
What about the cab driver?
Well, Hoff only saw the killer for a fleeting moment. The prosecutor built his entire case on Agnes Faye's testimony. All other factors were circumstantial.
Do you think there's a chance for a stay of execution, Mr. Matthews?
Perhaps, if we find that Agnes Faye made a mistake in her testimony.
Jimmy?
Yeah?
I'm Sam Copeland from the Public Defender's Office.
You're wasting your time. I told that guy Matthews everything I know. You guys get me railroaded, now you want to bet the breeze.
Not particularly. I'm here to accommodate a friend of yours, Father Dunn. He's hoping you might remember something new.
I don't remember nothing.
Something we could use to get you a new trial.
It's kind of late for that, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, and a waste of my day off, too.
What do you mean by a crack like that?
I think you're guilty, mister. Well, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, blow your stack. I hear you're handy with your fists, real handy.
Why, you...
What's the matter? Can't stand to hear the truth?
It's not true, mister. I don't know why nobody believes me. I didn't do it. I didn't kill Ben.
Cigarette?
Yeah. That's the guard.
Guard?
What's the trouble?
Need a light.
Oh.
Thanks, Haynes. Hey, that's a nice lighter. Never saw one before with a St. Christopher's medal on it.
It's yours. Makes up for the day off you lost.
Huh?
The guard keeps it for me. I'm not allowed to have lighters or matches. Take it. It doesn't belong to me anyway.
Thanks, but,
I won't have any use for it after tonight.
Thanks, Jimmy. Be seeing you, kid.
Yeah, you bet.
Don't give up hope. Maybe I will. My office call, Father?
No.
Police should have located that Fay woman by now, if she's still in town.
She's got to be.
I hope so, Father, because I believe, like you, that kid's innocent. Well, let's go.
Dunn left the death house. Jimmy Morse had 6 hours to live. Copeland set out to find Carl Hoff, hoping the cab driver might know where the girl worked.
Sam, there's an independent ahead.
Wrong license number, Father. It's going to be tough to locate an independent cabbie in this town.
It's getting awfully late, Sam.
Yeah. Hoff probably picked up a fare. No telling where he is now.
KLQC to car 68. KLQC to car 68. 1016 at Granite Fine. 1016 at Granite Fine.
They ordered the prisoner picked up. Over there, Father. Pulling into the cab stand.
Y 150. That's Hoff's car.
I'll talk to him, Father. You keep your ear on the radio. My call is PDI 1.
Where to, mister?
This'll do. Office of Public Defender, Mr. Hoff.
What do you want with me?
A talk?
Sure. I hate to hear alone, huh? How about it?
No, thanks.
Yeah, come on, please don't be bashful. Let's put it. Ham and mozzarella, imported. My wife's Italian. Hey.
I'm in a hurry, Mr. Hoff. In less than 5 hours, Jimmy Morse is going to be executed.
I didn't sentence the kid. I only told what I saw.
Are you absolutely sure it was Jimmy Morse you saw?
99%.
Only 99%?
Look, Mr. Nothing in this life is 100% perfect. Besides, look, ain't it true? That dame's testimony convicted the kid, not mine.
I have reason to believe she might have been mistaken.
What are you telling me for?
Do you know where she lives?
Well, don't you live in that apartment anymore, someone?
No. Do you have any idea where she might work?
Not the foggiest, son. Honest, I'll give you my word.
Thanks.
Hey, that ain't necessary.
I was on my dinner hour.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing at all.
You had a call while you were talking to Hoff. I want you to phone the office. Confidential information.
Matthews speaking. Oh, yes, Sam. The police just located Agnes Fay. She's employed at the Skyline Club.
I know the place. Thanks.
Hello. I'm Agnes. You asked for me.
Oh, yes. Please sit down.
How nice. I'd like a cigarette and a Scotch old-fashioned. The St. Christopher on your lighter. I used to wear one of those around my neck. Oh.
About the Jimmy Morse case, Miss Fay. The night of the murder, when you entered the hallway, were all of the lights on?
What's the difference?
Life or death for a boy tonight?
Look, don't think I'm not sorry for that kid. But Ben, Mr. Regan, he was a nice guy. I saw what that kid did to him.
What about the light near Regan's door?
It was on when the kid bumped into me. I said so at the trial.
But you didn't say you had just turned it on.
I answered every question they asked.
Did they ask you if you had just turned on that light?
No.
Why did you?
There was a tear in the carpet. I caught my foot.
And just when the light went on, the killer burst through Regan's door.
Yes.
You turned, and for a brief instant, the two of you were face to face.
So close I could feel his breath.
But you didn't get a clear look at him.
What?
You were looking into the light. The glare blinded you. You weren't certain who you saw. That's why you didn't identify Jimmy until halfway through the trial, until after you'd heard all the circumstantial evidence against him.
That's not so.
Isn't it, Agnes?
You got me all confused.
Then you're not sure.
I don't know. Not sure of anything anymore.
Agnes, will you wait here for a call from me?
Yes, sure.
Thank you, Agnes. Oh, bartender, Scotch old-fashioned for the lady. Thank you, Agnes.
Well?
We've got a chance, Father, if we can persuade the DA to phone the governor and ask for a stay of execution. The girl had been looking into a bright light. The glare must have affected her eyes. I'm sure if you give her another chance, she'll change her testimony.
It was her identification that convicted the boy, Mr. Talmadge.
You're forgetting about the gash in the boy's cheek and the other evidence.
Circumstantial.
So the public defender argued, but the jury disagreed. No, I'm sorry. I can't phone the governor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have guests.
What if there's a shadow of a doubt?
I don't believe there is a shadow of a doubt, Father. Your theory about the light is interesting, but highly speculative.
Speculative.
Oh, good evening, Father.
Good evening.
Hello, Sam.
How is he, Haynes?
Scared.
Will he see me?
He asked to, in the chapel. The warden's with him now, Father. I'll bring him in a few minutes.
Thank you.
You know, they all show what they're made of when the time nears. Get so you can predict how they're going to take it. This kid surprised me.
You'll make it okay?
I think so.
Well, it's something at least.
Yeah.
Father. If you don't mind taking a cab home, I think I'll go.
Well, certainly, Sam. May I see this? Where'd you get it?
Jimmy, why?
Belonged to Ben Regan.
How do you know?
St. Christopher medal. Had it put on there myself. It was a door prize at a church supper. Ben won it.
Father, this might be just what we've been looking for.
Matthews speaking. Oh, yes, Sam.
Oh, Bart, did the police find anything of Regan's on Jimmy when they picked him up?
Nothing. I stressed that at the trial. Why?
Well, the kid gave me a lighter. Now, Father Dunn says it's Regan's. Now, look, the kid didn't have it on him when he was picked up. He must have gotten it after he was jailed.
You mean someone gave it to him?
Well, I don't know, but...
Well, he was allowed visitors at the trial. Question him, Sam.
Right. I've got to talk to Jimmy right away.
Look, you can't go in there now, Sam.
But you heard on the phone what...
Yeah, I heard, but what difference will it make?
That's what I've got to find out.
Look, you can't go in there. The warden and the doctor are there now. The kid's having a physical.
A physical? Now?
Yeah, it's the law. Look, relax, Sam. Sit down. I'll see what I can do. I'll let you know when we bring the kid through here on the way to the chapel.
Public Defender's Office. I'm going to get right to the point. The night Ben Regan was murdered, one of you followed him and Jimmy Morse out of here. You went to Regan's apartment and waited. When he came in alone, you killed and robbed him. Now, I want to know who. Well, if it takes longer than 10 seconds for an answer, I'm going to have to book all three of you. All right. If that's the way you feel about it, I can get a policeman.
Wait. Shut up, Sid, please. I said shut up. Sid, if I get in trouble with the cops again, my old man will kill me. Honest, mister, it wasn't me or Sid. Why, you stupid...
Hold it, Sid. How do I get Artie into trouble? I got nothing to hide.
No? You shouldn't be so careless with your murder souvenirs, Mackie.
I never saw that before in my life.
Well, here. Take a better look. You went to visit Jimmy in the city jail during the trial. That dropped out of your pocket while you were sitting in the bunk.
You can't prove that.
We'll see when we get to headquarters, Mackie. You're going to tell that to the warden if I have to wring every word of it out of you.
All right. All right. Okay.
Father, Sam Copeland has just cleared Jimmy. Got a confession out of some kid named Mackey. Warden is calling the governor now.
Jimmy was returned to parole thanks to the faith and hard work of Father Dunn and Sam Copeland, and is now well on his way to fill a useful place in our society. Fred Mackey was convicted of the murder of Ben Regan and ultimately paid the supreme penalty. The case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender. Public Defender Irwin I. Krug, Windham County, Willimantic, Connecticut, and his staff for outstanding achievement in the cause of justice.